In a world where power and money dictate every move, there lived a young woman whose life was shattered in a single night. Imagine being so young, yet carrying a burden that felt like the weight of the entire world. Her story is one of incredible resilience. A young girl forced into adulthood by cruel circumstances and a destiny she didn't choose. She found herself trapped in a contract marriage, a deal made behind closed doors. She wasn't a bride walking toward a dream. She was a captive in a cold, calculated business arrangement. The man who became her husband was anything but a charming prince. He was a titan of industry, a man feared by many, with a heart that seemed as frozen as the deepest winter. To him, this marriage was just another transaction, a necessary move to satisfy family demands or corporate ambition. In the beginning, there was no warmth between them. There were only sharp glances, cold commands, and a silence that filled their massive home like a heavy fog. She was treated like a beautiful object, a trophy to be displayed but never truly heard, living in a mansion that felt more like a golden cage. But the cruelty didn't end with his indifference. Inside those walls, there were eyes watching her every move. Her mother-in-law was a woman of iron, someone who believed no one would ever be good enough for her son. Every step the young wife took was criticized. She was mocked for her humble beginnings and ridiculed for her innocence. Every tear she shed was dismissed as a performance. Yet this is where her true spirit began to shine. Despite the constant storms, she refused to break. She swallowed her pride and endured the insults, all to keep a promise she had made to herself. As time passed, the ice surrounding her husband's heart began to show tiny cracks. There was something about her quiet strength that started to haunt him. While the rest of the world bowed to his wealth, she was the only one who saw the profound loneliness in his eyes. Small, unexpected moments began to shift everything. He found himself instinctively stepping in to shield her from the venomous words of others. He caught himself watching her from across the room, noticing how she worked tirelessly without a single complaint. The man who once cared only for power was starting to feel something he couldn't name. However, the real drama was only just beginning. Just as the seeds of genuine feeling started to grow, dark secrets from the past began to surface. It turned out that this young woman wasn't just a girl from a simple background. There was a hidden identity tied to a massive conspiracy that threatened the very foundation of the business empire they lived in. Old enemies emerged from the shadows, determined to destroy the fragile peace they had started to build. Every chapter of her life became a test of survival. Betrayal came from the most unexpected places. A trusted friend who turned out to be a spy, or a jealous relative plotting to take her place. It's the kind of story that plays with your emotions, making you feel the sting of every injustice. There were moments when the husband was forced to choose between his vast kingdom and his wife's life. And in those moments, we see a spectacular transformation. The cold CEO was gone, replaced by a man ready to burn the world down just to keep her safe. This story isn't just a sweet romance. It's a fierce battle for respect. The young wife began to find her own voice. She stopped being the girl who cried in the shadows and learned how to navigate a world that wanted to crush her. She used her wit and her kindness to outsmart those who tried to bring her down. Watching her evolve from a fragile bride into a powerful woman is the most satisfying part of this entire journey. The tension in their lives was constant. Every high society party was a battlefield of words and hidden agendas. Yet amidst the chaos, a deep and unbreakable bond was formed. The husband learned the one thing he never knew, how to ask for forgiveness. And the wife, despite the scars on her heart, learned how to forgive without losing her strength. Their loyalty was tested to the breaking point. There were misunderstandings so deep they almost tore them apart forever. The tears shed in this story feel real because we see how hard they had to fight for every inch of happiness. But the title itself is a promise, an eternal love. Even when the world tried to pull them in opposite directions, fate had a way of weaving them back together. Ultimately, we realize that the greatest power isn't found in a bank account, but in the sincerity of a heart that refuses to give up. This journey teaches us that sometimes the person we least expect to care for us becomes the only one who truly understands our pain. Through the betrayal, the tears, and the long struggle, they built something beautiful out of the ruins. Every second of this narrative is designed to pull at your heartstrings. From the cold stares that turned into looks of pure devotion to the family secrets that changed everything, it is a masterpiece of human endurance. Justice is served, love finds its way, and those who laughed at her pain eventually face their own downfall. This is a story of boundless love, a journey that lingers in your mind, reminding you that no matter how unfair the world gets, fighting for what is real is always worth it.